Hello, and welcome to Week 2 of Academy Rush. I'm James Dash Patterson, and I'll be your guide through today's Academy action. Now, before we jump into it, I'd like to thank everyone who gave feedback on last week's premiere. Your comments have helped shape adjustments we made to this week's show. So keep your feedback coming. Your contributions are invaluable, and we hope you continue to let us know how you think we're doing. And for all of you who asked for dedicated streams for the games, those are now available to you as well. Check your favorite team's social channels to see where exactly to watch them. Enough with the pleasantries, though. Let's take a look at the day's events. Academy Rush starts with 4 simultaneous games where we'll jump around and bring you all the action, followed by a showcase match at the end of the day. Cage in the Rage returns to bring you CLG versus 100 Thieves. Contracts had a great first week and faces off against Fracas. CLG Academy still looking for their first win of 2020. Mad Magical joins the cast to cover Cloud9 versus FlyQuest. FlyQuest came out of Week 1 looking like one of the best teams in the league. C9 has tough competition today. Pastry Time will cover TLA versus Dignitas, where Dig's team of veteran LCS players will look to continue their undefeated streak. And Rivington will lead you through Immortals versus Golden Guardians, where Gorka will have a chance to prove himself against a seasoned vet in Apollo. And at the end of it all, CLG's jungler Wiggly will be joining us for the final game of the day, Evil Geniuses Academy versus TSM. Now it's time for Academy Rush, where we'll jump right into CLG versus 100 Thieves Academy. 100 Thieves stands at 1-1 while CLG searches for their first win.
Didn't work out too well. Unfortunate that they actually lost a lot of pressure and Fracas wasn't able to actually find anything, got behind, and was unable to make an impact in the game. The second game, Fracas got invaded. He died. That was another game that just nothing to do. Absolutely against Golden Guardians Academy. Very, very tough. No, it might have been Dignitas Academy, excuse me. As we do see Fake God just lining up on the top side, line of scrimmage, I don't believe there will be level 1 shenanigans coming in from CLG Academy. However, I do think the level 2 is very strong coming in from contracts. So a lot of stuff that can happen with this Lee Sin. You could look for the top side priority. You could also look to get Saligo going, as I was talking about in Champ Select. And I think this is a very strong option for this team. You're trying to make sure your Orianna gets ahead. She can then 3-1-1 with Fake God on the Ornn as well. So this is why Contracts is starting the red side. He will likely path to blue and Gromp, and then look for a gank. I imagine this will be mid. They could look for the bot side if they're feeling particularly confident, but with Phil on this Braum, it is just so tough to get in. And speaking of that bot line for just a second, you'll notice the ADC, not Wind. This is actually Stixxay going to be subbing in for the Academy roster today. And Stixxay, a very powerhouse player when it comes to Academy. He is leagues above, and by that I mean 1 league above. He's in the LCS right now for CLG. Going to be playing in for Wind. I believe there were some visa issues going on. As Prismal going to be taking a little bit of harass. Phil, in the meanwhile, just going to be able to back off, get the harass that he's looking for.
Excited to see how the double AD carry comp pans out for CLG, but for now we're jumping over to C9 FlyQuest as we enter the lane phase.
Heal up with Severum. You can see that playing out. So trying to back off, not get too close into range of the sniper rifle of Aphelios and get poked out too heavily with both junglers on the bottom half of the map. Could play out well for Fnatic if he's a little bit smart on this one and tries to go for that gank into the bot lane. But Diamond hanging around the bush saying, you know what, we know exactly where you are. We saw you on that ward. We know your bottom half of the map, especially because there hasn't been any aggression onto Fudge into the top lane as Fudge, yet again, playing in this Ornn. This is his 3rd time here in 3 games playing Ornn, something that is very consistent, can work well in most compositions. And Revenge finally not playing on Aatrox. This time, it is the Mordekaiser, but you can see how much he's getting harassed by Fudge, forced underneath this turret so early on, and Fnatic is forced to have to come to the top side of the map. You can see he's walking all the way down here just to make sure that they can try to unfreeze this wave that Fudge has gotten right here. Fudge is just going to try to push it up, make sure that he's not going to get harassed too much, get the TP in from Revenge, but Fudge maybe a little bit too late. Sonic Wave already connected, tried to go for the dash, but Fnatic getting a lot of damage onto Fudge. He goes for the Ward Hop, getting the flash out of Ornn. He's back towards his tower, getting a little bit of damage from Belos, but no! Fnatic goes for the dive, flashes out of their solo kill for FlyQuest Academy. Well done coming in from Fnatic, knowing that he can go for that dive solo.
That first blood brings FlyQuest 1 step closer to a 3-0 start to the split, over to Immortals Golden Guardians, where we find the new hotness, Soraka, in the bot lane.
Ways. Safe in lanes, 25-19 is CS down here, 25-17 up top, but Zion has quite a bit to clean up. Looking at how these fights could go, the engage comes from that Pantheon in Disruption when you have Gate running around in his ultimate, in that quickness. And I like quickness for Set as well. pull out that haymaker whenever he gets that pit grit stacked up. Throws out his W, makes sure he has a big shield, decays over 3 seconds if it's not getting hit. Little aggression on the bot side as they go for Huhi once again. They want to get that damage out of the lane, and they feel like they can do that quicker if they go right for Huhi. Huhi has barrier. He can bait in a lot of these plays. They have to be very careful of how much aggression they're putting in there. Summoners are still up. You can go in and out very easily with Xayah and Rakan, so that's the ability they're using. No reason to pick those champions on the bot side and just, hey, we can farm and we can stay safe. But still, talking about that top side, how these initiations can happen. I love the quickness for Set. Stop him from throwing haymakers. Stop him from throwing face breakers and everything he can. So he can't get that showstopper down, and then he basically dies. But do you have time to focus Set? You have to look at the rest of the fight. You're getting silenced. You could be displaced by Orianna. So it's going to be very tricky for Immortals to cause enough chaos for Alorum to
Still
find
no
a way
blood
in.
spilt in this one. Let's hop on over to Dig versus TL for our first look of the evening.
Nice job just helping out Lolo in this matchup. Again, the early levels not looking so good, but actually that's enough pressure to give Lolo a very slight CS lead. As a reaction, Mike Young will roam down to the bottom half, but over the wall he goes with the blast cone. Is spotted by the wards in that brush. And I'm guessing Dig did know about, or TL did know about, excuse me. So they're going to keep it even. Have certainly seen some different schools of thought on Senna. Senna, again, long range, good utility. Is that combination AD and support champion. And with something like Tahm Kench in the back pocket, does feel very safe. So I think Tactical may be thinking, you know what? I'm the experienced player here. He is one of the new swap overs. The Team Liquid Academy had a very good split last year on TSM Academy. One of the Scouting Grounds pickups, I believe from the year previous in 2018. Maybe thinks he can kind of bring it to Phoenix 2v2. Again, is the player more experienced in the role despite Phoenix's pedigree? So far, it's just about a wave ahead there for Tactical, so nothing major just yet. Mid lane again, Yasui fending off these consistent pushes from the Rumble, but has the upgrade now, should make wave clear, and pushing back against this Rumble a bit easier. And this is a much slower start than we've seen from Dignitas. I think certainly expecting TL to play things a little slowly. Jenkins again wants to try and grind out a lead if he can. Yasui wanting to farm up there on the Victor.
Game through 6 minutes and 30 seconds here. On over to CLG 100 Thieves. Some action around the Dragon.
G Academy, they've been having a rough go of it in the early game, but I'm glad that they found that this strategy for Frogis has really been working out for him. He's been able to go around the lanes, find what he's looking for, and then, even though he doesn't get a kill, gets the map pressure that he was looking for. In Contracts, I'm surprised he hasn't been more aggressive. He hasn't counter-jungled at all. He hasn't been getting these ganks. He tried for the bot side, but it was just a giant waste of time. And that's just a problem with Draft. Speaking of problems right now, Fake God gonna go on a Deus. Not gonna be a kill, though. That's just what happens when you have the Ornn versus the Vladimir. And Vlad, he's going to be able to sustain up. But as I say that, Contracts is rotated topside. This might just be the dive. The level 6 is ready. Call the Forge God may come in. It does. It's going to hit up on Deus. Contracts is in. Misses the Q. Oh, no! As Deus manages to pull away and stay safe for the moment, but Contracts isn't done yet. He's waiting for the Q. The Ignite comes down from Fake God. And that's going to be a dive, but Contracts dies from the first blood. Fake God, in the meanwhile, takes a turret shot, but doesn't go down. A 1-for-1, but a very nice play coming in from Deus to survive that dive. Oh, Contracts just getting a little greedy on that one.
1-for-1 trade in the top lane means this one is still close. Over to Immortals and Golden Guardians. This happening moments ago.
Here towards the top side, face breaker, solo, showstopper coming out as level 6 on the top side, flag and drag once again. Now looking good for Alorum this time as he's walking out. The haymaker comes through, but it's not gonna be enough. Oh, he stops it, shields out the damage. Alorum is, Blaze Olive just below him. Command move is there, waiting on the minions. They're trying to get the next wave in here. It's only a matter of time, and it's going to be a one-shot coming in from Command Shockwave. First blood going over to a Blaze Olive. They were working the map beautifully. Yeah, their bot lane was getting pushed, but Hard said, well, if they're making a move on our bot, let's make a move on top. Let's bring mid up. Let's get that to happen. We're seeing the same thing on bot side. They're trying to mirror for Immortals here. And we'll see if they can do it. A back off for Gorka, a back off for Huhi. They have a lot of ways to stay safe. Very tough to gank this lane. You can be silenced from range. You can be locked down by Huhi from range, which then if you're near your teammates, locks them down. So there's a chance just this crowd control spreads that Golden Guardians has in the bot lane. And to try and gank that, it looked great to start off. Pollock gets Drake, Mountain's fantastic, then they go bot side. But to get the kill top and have that 3-man work instead of 4 going bot, fantastically done. So, see if Golden Guardians can keep that pressure going. They did get a few plates on the bot side. You can't say Immortals got away with nothing. They definitely have some money towards their ADs. An Executioner's calling along with that BF sword. So they are taking that healing into consideration that Gorka and Hu here are able to do. Gorika almost going down immediately. We saw Alorum coming in. As soon as they get 6, they want to ult. So it doesn't even look like they're really trying to say cause chaos. Pantheon, if you can go in, that's all the chaos we need. And Alorum is more than happy to do that. Moving over towards Rift Herald. First one, Shelly. See how she takes to this one. Just looking at Alorum's stats over the past few. TSM and FlyQuest were Immortals past 2 games. They are 1-1 in the standings currently. And Alorum had that 8-0-3 Urgot to start it off. Fantastic play. Pretty much put the team on his back, 9v1. Not that his team was playing bad. He just said, no, this is my game. And what is this fight we got going topside? Immortals is able to get themselves to safety. It did look like they wanted a bit of a fight, maybe a flash, maybe a summoner spell before they went back for Rift Herald. And I like how Golden Guardians is thinking, push it to the max and see how your opponent reacts. They just pushed him off of this, and it's going to be GG's Herald to start things off. Very nicely done. That kill top and Herald. Mountain still over to Immortals. If they can keep an eye on those objectives, it is a way to change the game, and you don't know what Soul is going to be just yet. We have a Mountain, an Ocean coming up next.
Rift Herald in a 1-kill advantage for Golden Guardians as they look to move to 3-0 to kick off the split. Straight into some action over on CLG 100 Thieves.
Ultimate, Fake God comes in, lands the Q. Frog is forced to flash over the wall. Fake God very, very low, gets ignited. Tuesday trying to get the bullets, but here comes Call of the Force. Nice hit onto Frogus, goes down, and Phil manages to shield everything away. And that's going to be Contrast getting the Insect. Nice damage onto Phil, not enough to kill him quite yet, literally 2 HP. As Lulu managing to get an bullet time comes down, getting a lot of damage, but not the kill. Contracts now goes in with the Sonic Wave, another flash burn, but that's Lee Sin going down. Contracts is dead. Tuesday's polymorphed and killed himself, and that's going to be a 2-for-2. 100 Thieves versus CLG Academy. Man, oh man, did I do that math wrong. That was actually one going down.
Extended
on
trade
the
in the mid lane means this one is still relatively even. On over to C9 Fly. 1-1 stands the kill score.
4v5, I don't think they wanted to pick that fight anyways. They had to wait for Revenge to be able to show up. Does have TP up now, so if he wants to be able to join, can show up into the back line, but unfortunately Revenge still not able to get too much for his team. Well, you look at the last games that they played. Revenge was really the guy who was spearheading these leads. This Aatrox versus Counter Electric game was so massive, but now looks like Diamond's gonna be caught out. A lot of damage coming in, flashed away. Trying to see if they can keep him alive with a hook. Revenge taking a lot of damage into the Shadow Realm. He goes, trying to get a little bit more damage onto King. King, are you gonna be able to 1v1 this time? I don't think so. Revenge getting his revenge and looking to see if they can turn it around. FlyQuest Academy taking down the members of Cloud9. They are barely limping out of this one. You can see Anori so close to dead, but they don't want to go in for FlyQuest. They got taken very low, especially Revenge. He had to flash out of there just to stay alive, but they're going to take the kills onto the bot lane of Cloud9 Academy. They're going to love that one, as now they have gotten a little bit of control back from Cloud9. FlyQuest, fortunately not able to get the objective of that Infernal Dragon, so they have to back off, recall, but they do get some
FlyQuest
gold.
comes out ahead 2-0 on that trade. Over to CLG versus 100 Thieves. Taking a look at the top side of the map.
Changes to Mountain. That extra rock, it's coming in. Sligo managing to get a lot of damage. The ward comes in from Contracts, but no dive committed just yet. Meanwhile, midside, Cataclysm goes down. Lulu Wild Growth does get stunned up by the Braum, but a nice Golden actually stops the passive. Good Calibrum ult coming in from Prismal. Contracts is now in the building. We'll be able to hit Frogus up with the Sonic Wave and kick. Does manage to toss him back. Shockwave comes in. It sticks A up and kills him. That's a 2-for-0 100 Thieves Academy after a very long engage coming in from CLG Academy. Man, the burst was almost there. It just wasn't enough from CLG Academy, and 100 Thieves Academy respond beautifully and show why the Lulu is going to be such a contested pick on this patch.
A couple kills for 100 Thieves means they're finally starting to break this one open. We'll track that in just a moment. Back over to Dig versus TL. Still killless in this game.
Opening 12.5 minutes. The first items are completed basically across the board. This could be a 4v2 they fancy. Good equalizer there. Cow looking low. They're going to be the first blood. No, he flashes out. But Acadian straight onto the priority target. Just slams down Tactical as Cal goes into stasis. I think that's going to seal the deal. Damonte with a sniper harpoon. Able to get a second, and Dignitas just walk forward down and just catch TLA unaware. I mean, I feel like Dignitas just kept doing the same movement so smoothly over and over, and eventually something had to give. Power of Rumble once again. Insta equalizer. Gets 2 kills. TLA just could not afford enough vision in the area. And they get the Drake. It will be the Ocean Rift this time around. Ocean Soul, very valuable. And with 2 Drakes in the pockets of Dignitas, you know they'll be looking to complete what actually is starting to be, dare I say it, a perfect game. Still early days for sure. But all the objectives, all of the kills have conceded no turrets just yet. There's going to be another Rift Herald in a couple of minutes. And with that Drake down, Tactical and Cal are going to move themselves up towards the top half of the map. This is a very common swap. We see the duos moving around to the top half to contest for a Rift. In this case, it's going to be the later one here. Mike Young also up towards this side of the map.
Dig heard kill list and said no longer. Picking up 2 and a Dragon on the back end of that play. Immortals, Golden Guardians, what do you got for me?
On a Infernal. So we're going to have an Infernal coming up. Obviously, on the Rift has already changed. And we'll see who can draw more power from that. And we'd love to have that on Lee Sin, on a Pantheon, on Apollo, and Insanity. You're not really get Infernal off your Star Call, but it's okay. Bananas, fiery bananas. Better watch out. Watch out. They're slippery. So Blaze, there's that blue buff I was talking about. Now he can kind of tango in a 1v1 situation as long as you don't get caught as Ori. You feel great from a little out of arm's reach. The moment you're caught, you realize, why was I ever in this situation? Alorum not having too much vision other than a pink ward on the bot side means he's going to back off. And Golden Guardians overall, as we look at this team, are undefeated. A 2-0 on their season so far to start the spring. 100 Thieves and Cloud9 in their victories. You can look across the map for win number 1 against 100 Thieves. As it looks like we're setting up a fight here towards the middle top side of the map. I want to get a little bit of pressure on GG. Looks like they have the darkness.
A very tempered pace here in this one.
One that can shut down the set, so they want to kill him first. It is going to be the quickness going in. There's Alorum, and he just swipes over the entire team. Oh my God, GG gets obliterated. That's the combo they have been waiting for, and all of Golden Guardians piled together. Shelly's in mid lane, Rift Herald for Immortals, and they are going to be chugging down the tracks for this inhibitor turret. What an initiation, what a fight, and what a catch to pop out of mid, go right for gate. Make sure that he could not do anything to stop the fight. And as soon as they did, oh my God, it was absolutely turned around. I'm pretty wowed by that one. I love the fight and how GG tried to get in on that. They said, we need this. We absolutely need this. And I guess they needed to figure out where Alorum was coming from. Wow.
Just as soon as I speak, the teams make me liars here. An inhib turret going down in favor of Immortals. Over to CLG and 100 Thieves for some action.
CLG Academy getting a little too aggressive too early, and they're not able to actually contest the river when they need to be able to. So now Dragon in 20 seconds. Kligo going to clear out the bot lane, make sure he gets a little bit of extra gold. Has completed his first item in that Luden's Echo. Meanwhile, CLG putting the pressure on in mid side, going to be able to summon the Rift Herald. Going to get the charge, but with no plates, that's just half the turret's HP. Meanwhile, oh, Frog is taking a lot of damage. Contracts, nice kick onto him. Phil trapped in the Cataclysm, but that doesn't matter. Prismal going to go in on him as much as possible. Cataclysm now onto Prismal. It wasn't used before. Fake God, Call of the Forge God, going to be able to get Aphelios a double kill for his efforts, and that's going to be 100 Thieves Academy pushing down the mid lane, likely getting Dragon after this. And with Baron spawning in 3 minutes, this is looking prime for the red side. Oh no, Deo's actually getting dived here. That's going to be Phil now under pressure. Prismal flashes forward, gets the kill onto the support, and 3 kills for the AD carry. 100 Thieves Academy looking happy right now. They're pushing onto the next turret. They're going to be able to get that as well. 5 members strong. Nothing Deos can do about it. Just watch and worry as the tower goes down. Prismal harassing using Severum. Now the Severum bullets have been used. He now has Crescendum and Calibrum coming out. So he's going to be able to take neutral objectives very fast, and lucky for him, that Mountain Dragon is more than ready for 100 Thieves. Contracts in the meanwhile, just clearing out vision. They're taking this slowly. They're not trying to force it. They're just taking the right plays. They're getting the objectives, and then they're transitioning to other bigger objectives. So this second Dragon, while not particularly important, does give tempo over to 100 Thieves Academy. As Frogis going in, goes with the flag and drag, does get kicked up by the Sonic Wave and the Dragon's Rage. Contracts now, the only member on Dragon will manage to get that. Shockwave kills Jarvan. Oh my goodness. Stixxay also going to be hit up by the Shockwave as Vlad, a lot of trouble, but Deos flashes over the red buff wall, manages to get away for the moment. Contract's got to chase down Tuesday here for the protection. Does land the Sonic Wave, and there's no pool. That doesn't matter. Contract's now in a 1v1 versus Tuesday, but his team has joined him, and Tuesday trying to go forward does dive for the ace, and a 5-for-1 advantage to 100 Thieves Academy. 100 Thieves Academy. They get the objectives.
100 Thieves fully in the driver's seat now after those couple of trades. While that action was taking place, Dignitas picked up 2 and a Rift Herald, but we're hopping over to Cloud9 versus FlyQuest with some more action and focus around the third drag of the game.
Away from the team, it's down to 50%. They're not going to be able to take down this third dragon. It's going to be going over to Cloud9. Might be a little bit of fight. You can see the TP. Revenge on the other side. They go for the engage on a Fnatic. The kick comes in. Knocked back in. Palafuck not going to be able to take him down there just yet. There it is. Finally going to be able to get the kill. And there comes King on the other side. Getting a lot of damage on the triple. Sokoless. Finally, Diamond takes him down, but they lose Anori as well. It is a 2-for-2. The mid and jungle of each team gone. It might be Fudge too. Sacrifice for the team. He wanted to get one back, but he couldn't do it, unfortunately. And now Revenge looking to see if he can hunt down anybody. He sees King in his eyes, obliterates him with a mace, and now they can chase it down. JJ making sure that they can get Mash in range, want to give the 80 carry more gold and more kills, as Mash will be able to kill off Diamond, only King surviving. FlyQuest Academy, they might have lost the dragon, but they won the fight.
Dragon goes to C9, but the fight goes to FlyQuest. Still waiting for that one to break wide open as Immortals, Golden Guardians. This one a little bit closer to what looks like a finish.
A lot of darkness. There's a few more wards coming from Golden Guardians. It's just going to be a wash if that happens again. If I like what they actually have in wards over by the Raptor or kind of by the Dragon Pit, because you could see a Lorem coming in from a distance, but if he's going to be in your face, you really don't need to place those wards. There's a shot. Click for Blazed Olive back. I don't think they're going to get a pretty good engage here. Gate tries to go in, but he is going to pull himself back as well. So they got a few ultimates out of that, and Immortals hesitated as much as I did on that initiation and cast. We'll see if they go back in again. It is not going to be Drake for too long. They'll be able to set up some vision here, and then they'll be able to take it out if they don't decide to leave. Trying to move around that Scuttlecraft vision just for now, and Zion Spartan's going to work the top side. 180, 101 on the set. Triforce into the Negatron cloak. He's trying to keep himself tanky, trying to keep himself big. He had an Aatrox play against 100 Thieves, a Mordekaiser play against Cloud9. Both were pretty decent. Not a win, not a loss.
Guardians still has some room to breathe.
Also
And now we're back over to Dig versus TL. You can see Dig has created some real separation in the time we were gone. 7-1 stands the kill score, and 3 drags to 0.
I think 1v1 on a sideline, even if he can't kill you, it's really hard for you to push him out of lane. And I think functioning is, again, like a soft tank, a semi-tank, just being a frontliner, doing damage, causing disruption in the front line. Set certainly can have functions here. And I do like all this kind of soft or skill shot based CC from Dignitas building into some level of engage. It's really cool to see what kind of comps have been played with, again, the big heavy tanks apart from On really not being seen at all, but enough jibber jabber. It is 55 seconds now until the Ocean.
A little bit of a break in the action here as these teams wander around the map. C9 FlyQuest, what do you got for me?
Where we saw it was about a 2,000 gold lead starting to accrue for FlyQuest Academy. They needed to make sure they stopped that. They got gold back. They get some shutdown. They take down Triple. They even take down Mash in the fight. So that way, they hold on to the map. They hold on to this mid game where you really see that FlyQuest would normally start being the ones making the calls. They're the ones who usually dictate the pace of the map, but they can't. They can't this time because they were caught out by Diamond, making it so that's a little bit more difficult. But Diamond, sidesteps that one nicely, making sure to stay out of dodge from JJ, but Triple still wants to go into the back line. He wants to see if he can get some poke. It's going to be Revenge and Anori battling it out. Only a little bit of damage on either member. Anori, if he's going to be taken out of this one. It's going to be Revenge who wants to be able to get to him. That way he can take him to the Death Realm, banish him so he can't smite away this dragon and get the Ocean Soul. FlyQuest Academy now. Backs against the wall. They cannot give this up one easily. Ooh, a lot of damage onto Onori in the back line. Here comes the bullet time, trying to see if it can keep. Oh my goodness! King was able to steal that away. Gets the soul for the team, gets a shutdown onto Revenge, and then they go into the back line to get double kill for Palafox. Looking for triple as well. He's gone. They got everyone. Unfortunately, it's not enough from Fnatic, even though he was able to take down Onori. It doesn't help out with Palafox looking for Mash, getting a lot of damage onto him. The knock, I'm not there for Bud, but it doesn't matter because they get the ace for Cloud9 Academy.
FlyQuest had the position, but King comes up big with the Dragon Steel to secure the soul for Cloud9. Over to 100 Thieves CLG, where 100 trying to put the nail in the coffin and pick
Have
up
to do
that win.
something. But the top side, meanwhile, going to be answered. I guess that's something, but is it enough? The Nexus turrets are now going to be pressured. There's the Crescendum, doing a lot of damage to Phil. He's already at 2/3 health. Meanwhile, the Shockwave on the top side, beautiful. Call the Forge God comes in perfectly timed onto the flat, and Deus dies. Saligo gets another kill, and Prismo finds people on the Nexus as he's Wild Growth. He's shoving this members of CLG Academy back to their base, and that's going to be 100 Thieves Academy completely dominating in this game. 25 minutes in. Whoa, Contracts tries to go in, kills himself for absolutely no reason. That was BM, but that's okay. Thank God destroys the turret. CLG Academy, they've recovered a lot. Phil gonna be moving forward. Bullet time goes down. Prismo gets another kill. He is unstoppable in this game. Phil goes down. That's gonna be Tuesday as well. The Nexus to follow, and as the triple kill
First
falls,
win of the day
that's
goes to
gonna be
100 Thieves as they take the victory over CLG. Now over to Immortals versus Golden Guardians. Immortals with position around the Baron.
Into the early game for them, but it seems like they're shook here now that the mid game is not starting to go their way. A 6,000 gold deficit means that Immortals can start Baron right in front of Golden Guardian. Shockwave is up. There's no follow-up to really find there. Zion Spartan can't really get in unless there's like I say, a bit of chaos. If he's zeroed out, or if he's the first one that they can see, I should say, he's easy to zero out. Blaze Olive on the other side. We've seen Ori steal Baron. She has quite a bit there. Dissonance goes down. They're going to throw quite a bit at it. Oh my God, she takes it. And Blaze Olive steals the Baron. Golden Guardians keep themselves alive for a moment. Hard's into the fight. He's trying to do what he can. Zion Spartan in the back throwing haymakers. If he can knock enough up, he can get the damage in, but it isn't. They have bought their time though. Gorika's going to get out. Will he though? That's the question. Potluck gets pushed back. And it looks like Potluck's going down. Do they get anybody out with Baron? Yes, they do. Huhi running down the mid lane as the champion. If they can get Hard out, it's even better. Blast Cone to safety. Flag and drag over the wall. He's going to try to juke Insanity out of this one, but he knows he's not left. Oh my God, they get 2 out with Baron. What a play. That is disgusting. Immortals is going to be able to go after another Infernal, but I cannot believe it. The amount of times we have seen
Golden Guardians get the steal, but lose the fight around the Baron. Over to Dig TL, where Dig is laying the hurt down on Team Liquid.
Dignitas do not chase deeper into the jungle. They've got a nice control ward there on the left, but Mike Young may have found a spot in the shrubbery. Now they know where he is, though. Drake is almost maximally pulled out. Doesn't have a ward to hop over. Trinket on cooldown, no control ward. Mike Young going to clear this out, but I just don't think he can get in for a steal. Ocean Soul now for Dignitas. As TLA, I think, make the only counterplay they kind of have available. Feign towards Baron, either start it and rush it, or do this. Look for a cheeky pick or 3. Due diligence done. Hook lands in the front side. Good devour there from Ole. Lolo so tanky with the shield. Showstopper gets the slow. Massive face breaker wombo. And that's the set showstopper we all wanted. A quadra kill for the Olaf. And that's going to be the Penta. Give it to the man. He deserves it. Damonte, I thought you were friends. Steals the Penta away from Acadian. But a clean ace for Dignitas will give them the Baron. Oh, that's the set stuff we wanted to see.
Damonte jacks the pentakill straight out of Acadian's hands, but the clean ace means a Baron for Dignitas and total control of that game. C9 FlyQuest, this one sits at 12-10. C9 still trying to crack that base.
With the Moonlight burst down triple, not even able to answer, not even able to get away. Without your LeBlanc, the flanker, the one who could put pressure onto the backline of Cloud9, Minion's going to easily be escorted into the base of FlyQuest Academy. They were sitting undefeated before this. They wanted to see if they can remain undefeated, but it doesn't look like Cloud9 Academy are going to let them easily. They have taken down the mid lane inhibitor. They already have it prefaced in the bot lane from Fudge, so look to see if they can threaten onto the bottom inhibitor turret as well. 5,000 gold now favoring Cloud9. Still got 10 seconds until triple's up. FlyQuest saying we can't fight just yet. We have to wait until triple comes back up. We have to give up this inhibitor in the bot lane as well. That's 2 down now. The Baron minion still pushing into FlyQuest. Good scatter of the week lands. That could be it. They're looking for the hook out of JJ. Not able to land it. Diamond on the other side. Still looking for the pressure coming in from Triple. And they blow him up almost immediately. Barely going to be able to survive the bullet time on the other side of the wall. Here comes Fudge with the call of the Forge God. Double knockup. Damage onto Fnatic. And they're going to be able to get the dominating out of Palafox. And they take down the turret. They take down JJ. They're looking for more kills as they take down Mash. Only Revenge in the back line. And he can't survive. Triple kill. Coming in from Palafox, Cloud9 Academy. They're at the base. They've got the Nexus turrets gone, and that's going to be game for Cloud9 Academy.
C9 with the win. FlyQuest undefeated no more. Back over to Dig versus TL. Let's see how Dignitas is putting that Baron to use.
10K up. 27.5 minutes. It really just felt like that. That one fight in this Baron may well end the game here for Dig. Kind of corruption there again, trying to catch Ole. That's the one you want if you can get it. Jenkins with the flank, finds Phoenix, but the Devour's there. Ole able to save him, and Set just took down Tactical in the backline as MikeYeung able to find that trade. Finally, Lolo with the Hysteric Shield up, and TLA just don't have the resources to fight it. Jenkins, but everything for the flank. But Dignitas come out 4 for 1, despite Phoenix falling. The Set, the Rumble, everything else was more than enough for Dig to crack mid. They'll take the inhib. Death time is about 15 seconds on Tactical, 25 seconds for Yasui. Dignitas will not be slowing down. Onto the first Nexus turret they go. Jenkins just can't defend by himself. He's got no flash. He's got nothing, no hope. Nothing at all. Getting burnt alive to a crisp by Damonte, who claims another one on the scoreboard. Deathless at 6-0 and 9. Tactical is being burnt to pieces, and that's it. Dignitas will stay undefeated.
Acadian and crew move to 3-0, remaining undefeated here at the start of the split. Only one game left to decide. That's Immortals versus Golden Guardians.
Right. You can definitely fight healing without healing. Just not Soraka's healing. Let's put that identifier in there. Wards going out right now. IMT just seems to have so many in their pockets. A lot of them still sitting on trinkets. That's going to be Infernal. Beautiful job over to the red team. Hard's able to take it. Here comes Alorum into the fight. Are they able to get this one? Gate's going to have to get a good quickness down. Zion Spartan's in the front of the fight, and it looks like he's going to die now. Haymaker goes out. Where's the return on the team, though? He ablaze. They cannot deliver the damage. It just looks like IMT isn't taking any, and there it is. Is that the showstopper to the back line? It is. At the follow-up. Can it happen from Golden Guardians? Ablaze is in the front. Pull the ball forward. Command move, but not enough. Oh, Polluck's burning down. Leandres leaves him with just about 2 HP. Now they're on to Apollo, Allurement, and Insanity. It's 4 in the river, and they cannot catch any members of IMT. What a back and forth. You can see the consideration being put into every fight as Zion Spartan comes in, becomes the Zanyas, Haymakers, and then finds his way into the fight. Not at first. Not the first one to the back. Like we said, when everybody can say, hey, there he is, Zion's in the back. That's the one we need to focus. He's waiting for everything to happen. Man, the back and forth in these fights does not tell me who is going to be winning currently. The Infernal Drakes over to the side of IMT, an Ocean Infernal over the side of Zion Spartan, and now we are on Soul Point for Immortals after these Drakes. It is absolutely incredible. 36 minutes into the game if you want to. 4-0 and 8 Potluck. 5-0 and 6 for Apollo. We talked a little bit about Potluck earlier for Immortals. His Lee Sin in TSM week 1 game, 4-4 and 10. So he played pretty well on that. He was definitely able to control the map. And I think what you get out of Potluck as being a coach is you don't get yelled at as a coach or a jungler. So he's always in the lanes trying to help. But he also tracks the other jungler I've seen. He definitely has a good mind for figuring out where they are, being at their buff, when not just when they're at their buff. Those easy timings in the early game aren't something to be awarded for, but just being able to make sure mid lane's pushed at that time, bot lane's pushed. You have advantage over the map, so there really isn't retaliation that you're going to be facing. We've seen Potluck be able to do that quite a bit, and his initiations in this game as well have brought the team a lot of cash money. 31 minutes on the clock, 13 and 6. And it looks like Golden Guardians again are feeling a little bit of freedom. They get themselves out of the base. They want to place wards. That's beautiful. Allurum's ult is out. If they can get Gorka out of the or Greek out of the situation, they get themselves to safety, and they do all of those good things. Garika safe. Heals coming up for him. Flash is down for who he flashed for Blaze Olive. And Gates flash. Just looking at a few of the priority ones that would keep a lot of these damage dealers alive. A lot of the people that can make a shock and awe moment happen. And again, we're going for Baron. I kind of like this one for IMT now. The game's a little bit more even. You're not going to find a spot to easily get into the side of the base of GG, so you need these minions. Remember that win condition. Who on the side of Golden Guardians is going to clear Baron minions? Who is going to help Zion Spartan? First Haymaker coming out. It's not going to have a lot of grip behind it, but this next one might. He can't get it off in time. Apollo takes down Zion right in front of the turret hard. He's tanking damage, and Insanity drops him with Unleashed Power. Way too hard for Golden Guardians. They've been waiting so long, and they pushed themselves over the edge to find that fight. Fortunate for IMT, they read it, they find what they needed to do, and they get the Baron they have needed for so long in this game. We'll see what happens when they get to the base of Golden Guardians now, but Immortals playing it patiently on that one, baiting with the Baron, but that early vision right in front of them, right in front of the Baron pit, allowed them to know the distance of Golden Guardians and how much they could pull off, saying, oh, Zion's how far from the team? Let's make this happen. What a way to plan it out. It only took a little bit of time, but we have seen they set a precedent on the side of Golden Guardians. Each time they've had a bit of room. They come out, they clear 1 or 2 wards, but they don't put down too many. We can see that top side of the map is absolutely clear at this point. Obviously, things are being placed bot, but running forward in that aggressive state, you're placing vision you want to use immediately, not vision that's made you privy to something that's happening, so you're still playing reactive. That's where IMT caught Golden Guardians off. Let's see how much Immortals has placed in front of them, though. Are they just saying, hey, we have Baron minions, now we want to fight in mid? Are they going to split this? Are they going to spread it? And it looks like they are going to put Alorm towards the bot side. So nicely done. Playing it patient. They don't have to just get a big fight down. I'm sure GG would love to get into 5v5. They are in a death ball right now. They do have the ability to engage. Imagine Hard coming out of that soul, that ghoul passive as they run around out of Senna. It just is kind of terrifying. Looking at levels around the map, 17 for Alorm. Highest in the game right now. They're going to get a fight right now, though, on 2. It looks like Alorm there. I couldn't tell if that was Zion's partner or Alorm for a second. I was like, wait. That's the blue side. Oh, nice job by Hardy. Takes the back line, so Alorm's going to be by himself. Paula kicks one out, but it doesn't hit the entire team, but they're still under Gorica. They want to take the Soraka out. They drop Huhi first. There's 3 people up on this guy. Help Gorica out. Oh, my word. The way they went after the back line is like a nightmare. Immortals absolutely knowing what they need to do in these fights, and there's not much you can do as the front line of Golden Guardians. You can look behind you only so often to say what's going on back there, but man, did Immortals go deep. But Blaze Olive coming back through. Can he get another steal on a big objective here? The ult is down, but the dissonance is up. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me! This is wild! A Blaze Olive absolutely putting this game on his back. Saves the soul, gonna get himself out, and again, keeps the game alive for Golden Guardians. 18-8, we're coming up on 35 minutes, and I think we're gonna have a little bit more. The Infernal Soul point now for both teams. At 7,000 gold lead for Immortals. At this point, you have to be questioning where you're going wrong. What's going wrong? And are you giving the other team too much time to place vision, get themselves out? No, it's not. You're allowing your objectives to be stolen. Stop it. Oh my word. There is an easy way to stop that. Don't let them be stolen. There we go. Perfect. Now that we've gone over that, let us move forward. We're looking at what could be a soul now coming into the side of Golden Guardians. I think if Immortals just use these ult advantages that they have, you can just round up the entire team with Gate and get yourself into a fight that your team is going to win. Alorm coming up again on level 18, highest in the game. He is right now 4 levels over Gorica, 3 levels over Huhi. Get him in there. We get the shield up. 5-0-10 Potluck. Crushing the game as well. Doing a great job there. And they have 1,450 gold in bounties right now. So again, game swings in the eyes of Golden Guardians, but it's almost a stretch if they can get this next one. The vision they need is there, though. We'll see if they can make it happen. 3.5 minutes on that Infernal. Man, if they can wait that out, that is going to be huge. They do have Zhonya's now on a Blaze Olive. Zhonya's onto Garika, so he can take that kind of backline aggression, get out a big heal, maybe stall people out. I mean, you remember old Soraka? You would be the one to run in a fight. You're like, give me 100 armor. You just get 100 armor and you just run in there and people can't do anything to you. It's like wet towels being thrown. But not anymore. You got to be careful. And that's the first person that Immortals want, is Gorica. Whether you could reset the fight or not with Soraka, man, they are taking the bananas right now. So top side is going to be a bit of the pressure. 1:40 on to Baron, 2 minutes and 40 seconds onto that Soul. I don't even know if you want Soul at this point. Scary fights. Scary fights indeed. A Blaze Olive just to the side. They're going to know where he is, but they know now that Golden Guardians is a bit split. Immortals roaming in their jungle. We're going to see Zion Spartan pushing out just a little bit. He doesn't want much more than that. He goes out to about second tier turret, and he's going to have to run back here. You can whoop, bip, bop, beep, boop, bip, boop, bip. There he goes. Yeah. All right, he's going to go back down towards the bot. You can never tell with Zion Spartan, you know? He's Darshan, he's Zion Spartan. He's doing the lane, he's not CS in the lane. What is he doing down there? You never know. He is going to have TP up, though, because that's what he was waiting for, running back and forth. Now that it is going to be up, he feels more comfortable clearing that wave if the fight were to pop. As we take a Josh at the Spartan man. Been playing pretty well this game, 4-3-3, 267 on that CS line. And he does have his Randuin's up. It's still that Negatron cloak. It's been there forever. Peppered Farm remembers. Ooh, back to the mid lane. Look at Gate on the side. Gate and Potluck. Potluck can dive in. Gate can get that grand entrance off of him as well. Oh, my word. This looks scary. They don't have enough vision. They don't have vision on their shoulders. The left and the right shoulder are huge. Hard takes a bunch of damage. That's the first guy that needs to go in for initiation. Oh, showstopper back, but it's not going to be much from Zion. He can only get that to separate a champion out. A few kills coming in from IMT, and they're going to be able to drop hard first. It looks like more are falling, but it is Insanity that goes down next as they trade the Retribution kill. A Blaze Olive falls down, and that's where it starts to look really bad for Golden Guardians. You lose that mid lane damage, that mid lane utility, and there's not much that you can do. Slow pressure here onto the mid lane. Alorum has his teleport, so it looks like he's going to try to get it back on, but maybe fend it off. They don't have a minion wave that's instantly crashing in. They've bought more time. Baron's up. They do have Apollo up, so they can easily get enough damage onto this. He's got the Lord Dominic's Regard, Rapid Fire, Infinity Edge, BF, or Bloodthirster, and the Essence Reaver. He is absolutely crushing it down. And at this point, it just seems like without having a marksman this late in the game, you're looking at not enough consistent damage coming in from the team of Golden Guardians. You have Apollo freely sitting on the back, a way to save himself, and you're already dealing with Gate rushing in and just charming everybody with the quickness. So if you have that constant damage, I mean, Orianna does it, maybe a Rise on the other side to get a bit more of that AoE, a bit more machine gun damage coming out, if you will. But right now, it doesn't look like Golden Guardians has this fight unless they instantly take out Apollo on the backside. And even in the front side, they're able to get a big damage in there. Alorum's taking one out. He instantly solos out one in Gorica. That's going to be hard going down as well. This little split there, and I couldn't tell who was falling on which side. This is not stopping either. They're right into the mid lane and out of position and out of time. It looks like Golden Guardians are going to lose themselves on this map and be swept up by Immortals, going up against the 2-0 undefeated Golden Guardians coming into week 2, but it's not going to be that anymore. They will tie themselves up here at the 2-1 position. Beautifully, beautifully done here by Immortals. Coming out strong. Alorum again towards the top side. 4-1-0. Almost 2 deathless, but Potluck coming out at 5-0-14. And Immortals now putting on the finishing touches of Golden Guardians Nexus here to take the victory 40 minutes in.
It didn't come easy, but Immortals does come up with the victory in the end, ending the undefeated streak there for Golden Guardians. Means only one undefeated team remains in Academy, and that would be Dignitas, sitting at 3-0. Also want to tip my cap there to a Blaze Olive, who came up with 2 big steals in that game to try and keep his team in it, both a Baron and a dragon. That said, thank you to Cage and the Rage and Mad Magical for helping out with tonight's games. Be sure to drop them a follow on Twitter. We brought you as much of tonight's action as we could, but if you want to see any of the matchups from beginning to end, the full games will be available on our LoL Esports VODs and Highlight YouTube channel. Stay tuned, though, because we got one more game before we go off the air. Pastry Time and CLG jungler Wiggly will be joining me to break down Evil Geniuses versus TSM Academy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take us? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. As I dive in, blood stains washing underneath brown waves. I'll be reaching out to keep you safe. As we fall, I can't hold on much longer. We're drifting down the
Hello and welcome back to Academy Rush, where we're gearing up for Evil Geniuses Academy versus TSM Academy with CLG Jungler, Wiggly, and Pastry Time. How you two gents doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
All right, well, we got our first couple looks at set tonight, and I think that's what jumped out at me the most of our Academy games so far today. First couple looks at how that champion acts on the Rift. Went 1-1 notably so far, so I think that's interesting. While people definitely have their opinions of his relative strength, we've at least already seen that he can both take a win and take a loss.
I mean, I had the Dignitas game, so I don't know if I
You
learned
were-
that
you were-
much.
you were
I mean, how good Set was. I learned that Dignitas are good, but I did see some cool stuff out of Lolo, kind of initiating fights.
Yeah, it seems like not a lot of people really understand like exactly what he does. So it's
Right.
just whatever team has a better understanding of what's going on in game right now, and yeah, that seems to be the team that's winning. So.
On top of that, when it comes to Champion Select, we had heard some inklings of things on the Korean server and the like of a Soraka in the bot lane. That also made its debut here on the Academy stage tonight. Took that loss alongside Set for Golden Guardians. But again, very interested to see how maybe Soraka warps the bot lane meta. Week 1 of LCS, we saw just a ton of Aphelios versus Senna. This time around, like, does Soraka have the capacity to completely change the way people look at the bot lane?
Not to say too much, but I'm pretty sure this week of LCS is going to be pretty wild. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
You said you'd be upset if it was only Set.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
upset too.
yeah.
That's enough for me. Hearing that the LCS is going to be wild this week, that's a perfect primer for what's to come. You're getting a quick look at the lineups, Evil Geniuses, just before TSM here, Academy. Dokla, Spica, Evolved, Lost, Treats. Thoughts on these Academy lineups, Pastry?
I think this team's really good, and I just feel like they're growing into like a fairly new roster. Like these players haven't really played much together, with the exception of Speaker and Treats. Evolved is a brand, like a absolutely new rookie to the scene, like has never played pro before.
Yep.
But very talented as a player. So I'm excited to see what the ceiling for this team is, but still some things to work out.
If you take the flip side, too, looking at Evil Geniuses, let's remember that week 1, Evil Geniuses Academy was playing with the likes of MVP Svenskeren in the lineup, and yet they still suffered defeats. And so there might be some criticism to throw that direction, or at least we'll have to put a very careful eye on EG this week to see what all they've workshopped to maybe start picking things up here in the Academy split.
But they have Anda now, so that is one of the differences for EG, as we'll check in a second. So they did want to field Kadir and Giyu. Kadir has since been dropped from the roster, unfortunately for him. So Anda's come in kind of as his replacement. He's actually defending champion of this league, one with 100 Thieves, with Someday helping out there in the top lane. But Firefire, the new guy, this is a Scouting Grounds guy who didn't get a shot on a team. All of a sudden, you get one shot a year, and now he has a second shot.
If you're wondering how picks and bans went, you can see right there on the bottom of your screen. Set
ban.
did hit that ban table, unfortunately, for the side of EG. Means we are left with the Senna Aphelios in the bot lane of all things.
This draft looks too usual. I'm upset already.
Yeah, I hope that LCS will be a little bit more spicy than this, but oh yeah, just every single game seems to be just those strong early game champs in the jungle. Mainly just Lee Sin, Elise, Jarvan. Nothing too special here.
Do you like that meta? Because it's funny that like we as casters always try and categorize players. It's like, this is a great Blabber meta. This guy loves getting level 3, and then he farmed out his first game in LCS. So is this something you like, or?
I don't think many junglers really like this meta right now. Not because of the champions, but just because the impact that you have on the game is really only kind of in the first 2 to 3 clears. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think they changed jungle XP next patch, but
Yeah.
definitely is not the most fun meta to play, even though you do still have a lot of agency in the early game.
I'm a little concerned in this game here for Evil Geniuses' late game. I mean, quite obviously they want to get a lot done early, but damage, I feel like they're going to be lacking for it in a 5-man team fight beyond 30 minutes.
Yeah, at least Pantheon is like one of the strongest mid 2v2s early game. So a lot of your advantages have to be gained from just moving together to bot lane, to top lane, constantly, like every single wave if you can, because they're just really unskilled champions when they're paired together. Pantheon presses a button, and then Elise presses her buttons, and then someone dies. So that's why you see Cleanse on Orianna, because she really just can't do anything. She just has to play safe and hope that they...
Right, Cleanse and Phase Rush, right?
Yeah.
So very defensive there for Orianna.
I think I called Pantheon backup Renekton the first time I saw it, because Renekton got banned in a draft, and then they picked Elise Pantheon. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I don't see Soligo play Pantheon very often. And then the exact same thing happened. I was like, oh, it's what you're saying, Wiggly. It's the same combination.
Yeah, it's the same idea. You just press your buttons all together and someone
And
dies.
they die. Yeah,
So
that seems pretty good.
I wouldn't be surprised here to see EG build a big wave here like they're doing, and they're, as you can see, like Elise is moving bot side, and Pantheon's probably gonna move bottom and just dive. It's pretty like standard play. There's not really much you can do against it with the champions they have, so they just have to survive the early dive.
All right, you heard it from the LCS players' mouth. We'll have to see if the Academy players follow suit on the macro call there.
I could be wrong.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll see
It's
what they choose to do.
Well, actually, I mean, if
The wave
looking mid
bounce.
here, like it looks like Orianna actually got the wave to bounce back, so maybe they'll be fine for at least this wave. Maybe Elise will just try to dive without her Pantheon. So
Down there on bot scuttle right now, Lee Sin's in the top side, so they would have the man advantage. I think one other thing just to make note of in this game is the extra teleport on the side of Evil Geniuses sitting there on the mid laner, as well as the global that Pantheon has. So again, when we talk about ways for EG to extend their pressure and maybe some of those early game advantages, you gotta look for those global plays.
I don't know how I feel about this dive. I mean, Speaker is on a ward, so
Yeah.
Brandini knows what's up, but I think they're just making sure there's no potential lane gank.
Orin takes a really bad trade and just builds a health crystal in
Oh,
lane.
God.
So that's
That's like, you know, things are going bad. He's like panicking, building crystals under the tower.
Yeah. Orin is pretty interesting champion, I think. There's a lot of interesting champions right now.
Yeah?
Honestly, yeah. There's not enough bans in my opinion.
Not enough fans. We moved to 10 and it's not enough.
Yeah, maybe 20 to 25 will
Okay.
work. Wow.
Well,
I'm kidding.
my next meet across the street, I'll go ahead and
Don't worry,
submit
we
that
got
idea
you.
for you.
I find this funny that Firefly is even like playing this with Anda. Like, yes, this is a strong combination, but he and Evolve played a lot against each other at Scouting Grounds. They were both there last year, and I felt like every time Firefly played against Evolve, his single goal was to kill him as many times as possible.
Oh.
Because he was trying to prove himself, and Evolve was kind of like the like talented upcoming mid laner that was like, and he ended up being the first draft there as well. So Firefly definitely a very vocal player. So even though he's temporarily on this team, at least for now, he's very loud and calm. So I'm sure he's at least making sure stuff happens with Anda.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure that this guy dies at least once, is what you're telling me.
Do you like having vocal mid laners? Because we talk all the time about mid jungle being so important. Like, I feel like whenever I see Bjerg stream, he's like pinging the jungler every single wave because he's so good at setting up for ganks. Do you like when a mid laner demands you come to his lane, or do you like kind of having control of the situation?
I think that if you're vocal, you have to be smart too, you know?
That's
If
my
your mid
problem.
laner is vocal but not smart, then that's not a good thing. So if he's calling the right thing every time, that's pretty good, but you never know. So that's my opinion on it. If you're vocal, you gotta know what you're saying. So
How many chances do they get? If they miss call once, you're like, okay, I'm never coming back to your lane.
I mean, I'm not gonna say for myself,
Sure.
but I'd say you'll know when someone's smart or not over time, I think.
That's fair.
Trading on the bot side, but still no crazy action. Waiting for all those solo laners to hit 6. Looks like the top laners
Oh boy.
just did.
Yeah, the junglers are running out of time. They're not going to be useful very much
Right?
later. No. No, I'm surprised that Pantheon and Elise haven't actually tried to do much together this game. That's usually a really good sign for Lee Sin and Orianna to know that, oh wow, like they're not really gaining many advantages with these picks so far. Obviously, there's still a good amount of time, and it's not like Pantheon and Elise just fall off, you know, after 6 minutes. It's generally like they're pretty strong at like neutral objective fights, so it's okay, but it's definitely not ideal. They haven't done anything yet.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. I mean, I feel like TSM's done a pretty good job, both Evolved, making sure that the lane is pushed to prevent the roams occasionally, and then in those moments where Pantheon does get the push, those are the timings, you know, for the side laners to back for TSM, right? Just haven't been able to find anything
Yeah.
as of yet.
I was just about to credit like Evolve's general wave management because I assume that given how the lane is going, he's done a really good job. But then Firefly just pulled the wave and froze it, and Elise is right side mid. So now I'm a little worried for the Orianna again.
Yeah, I mean, Orianna can go down a bit in CS, and it's usually fine. But actually, he's kind of got almost a 20 CS lead, which I'm not exactly sure how this matchup goes, but that doesn't seem too great for Orianna.
Second blue buff goes to Spica. We saw Orianna making her way over.
Oh.
Ends up
Oh,
not
boy.
taking it.
That's interesting.
Can't miss the cannon.
Yeah,
It's too important.
if that,
I'm
but if
not
that
a
were
mid laner, but I would love to hear what a mid laner wants to say about that. Because I mean, Lisa with blue buff's pretty good, guys. Like,
Right,
I'm
also,
gonna be
yeah.
honest with you, like it feels pretty good having all that energy. all the time.
16 energy
Yeah.
per second instead of 10
Throwing
or
that
whatever
Q
it
in
is.
the river right there. Look at him.
This is how you
Full
start
energy.
selling the blue buff sting to Crown. You're like,
Dude.
Crown, Look,
No,
I'm
Crown's
not sure
fine
you
with
need
that.
it.
Crown's fine with that. He knows. He knows. I taught him all.
knows.
No, just kidding.
What a selfless player. Giving Wiggly second blue on loose
Yeah. No, yeah. there's not much-
Where's the first kill coming?
This, I feel like this is now becoming the curse of like Elise plus aggressive solo laner. We like talk up like, oh, the level 2 and 3 is so good. It's so easy. You just click the button.
Yeah.
It's like
And then nobody dies.
Well, a lot of the times too, like you see like the small CS advantages, like a lot of times in scrims, you just get the kill because people are just so greedy for like getting last hits.
Yeah.
But on stage, people will just be like, no, I don't want to die, guys. Like I'm just gonna give up this wave. I'm gonna give up this like last hit, you know. So that's why you see like, 10 CS lead bottom, 10 CS lead mid.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where their advantage is right now. They're getting the first dragon.
And then
so-
with that bot lane prio, right? Exactly. They pick up the Cloud Drake,
Yeah.
so one dragon in the back pocket.
Yeah, but it also seemed like,
Ooh, here's your action in the mid lane.
Vegas here too, though.
Glenn, quick goal.
Ooh, what's
Kicks
going on here?
Through.
That was sick, actually.
That was-
Vegas, such a genius.
oh,
Okay, very well played.
actually, wait, whose Senna was that? Oh, it was the.
EG's. So Matt definitely was trying to save his teammate.
No, yeah, that was a really good counter gank actually, because although Elise Pantheon is really strong, it's not the greatest if they just throw everything onto the Cleanse Orianna with 2 Doran's rings.
Right, Cleanse
Lee
came
Sin,
through,
right.
waited for the Elise to move into melee range to
Yeah.
get the double, the 2-man ult on Orianna, and then the follow-up from Spica was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was like, in my head, I'm like, instinctively, I'm like, cast this. I'm like, there's too much stuff going on. I'm just going to let it happen.
Nah. And this is the lounge.
Exactly.
All right, we lounging.
I think Speaker literally, I think, pressed every button in that play. And I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Whitley, but it
Oh,
looked
here we
like
go.
he
We
could-
got
you
a
know what?
replay.
Now
There
we
we
can
go.
figure out what happened.
Boom.
So
Waits
was
for the
like,
second.
I
I
like
like
that.
that. Waits for the cocoon to hit for the cleanse, right?
Honestly, it's a little insecure that he W'd first. But he had to R and land. Could have just queued right out of the bush. But
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was pretty well.
No, I like it. Let's lay on thick,
No,
my
no,
friend.
no.
Let's flame them.
No one's flaming here.
Yeah, no. First blood for TSM. It was a really good look for the mid jungle duo there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for Pantheon. I'm pretty sure if Pantheon is not doing anything early game, he's not really much of a champion later, especially compared to like any of the control mages that are meta right now.
He also lost his flash there. That's another important, right?
Yeah.
So Orianna was able to hold hers. Pantheon loses his.
Oh, the Rift Herald.
I just hope they go for it again. Because I think, like, psychologically, a lot of players are like, well, we tried it once, it didn't work, like, it's not going to work again, right? I think you can set that play off again, but, and I hope Firefire is at least willing to, like, be like, no, we should go for this again.
Rift Herald take, no contest there. So EG, 2 for 2 on the global objectives so far. 0 for 1 on the fights.
We see a lot of trades. Where are you at on, like, which one's worth more? Because I think Herald maybe is worth a bit more, but
Than
I think they're
Dragon?
fairly close. Yeah, at least the early.
Here, at 10 minutes into the game, which one would you take? I'm going to give you one for free. Which one do you take?
Oh, Herald every single time.
Okay, there. I think that aligns.
Every single time for me, because honestly, right now the game with the champions that are meta, it's just so like snowbally in the early game.
Yeah.
Like just getting small advantages. If you can get 4 or 5 plate advantage on your AD carry, and he gets an item spike earlier, and you just have all the pressure, you have the wave control. That's why a lot of teams pick Senna, Tahm Kench. It's just really just has permanent prio the entire game, and that's what. pro
That's
teams
why they were able to,
Yeah.
with Prio back, get to the top lane there.
That's why a lot of teams value that sort of thing, and when they're going for pick fan. And
Super cool.
yeah, that's Rift Herald spawns twice now. You have more chances to get more plates, so just getting priority in lanes is really important in this meta, and that's why they're such valuable picks.
It's interesting to see how, quote unquote, conventional wisdom evolves and changes, because when these jungle changes and specifically the dragon changes were announced, everyone was immediately like, well, entirely focused around dragon, from dragon 1 to dragon 4, you gotta get them all, get the dragon soul, that will win the game.
Yeah.
And it seems like now the prevailing logic, to your point there, Wiggly, is like, actually, if we can just put 2 to 3K extra gold in our pocket while giving up 2 dragons, we'll get dragons 3 through 6 instead of dragons 1 and 2, and actually we're gonna still beat you to soul.
Yeah, exactly. The problem with Dragon right now versus Herald is the dragons themselves don't feel that good to take immediately. it's like you're saving up money, but if you don't never get to like cash it out, it doesn't feel good. You can just lose the game before you can actually get those 4 dragons. So.
Right. Yeah. But 4% of your MR or armor when you've got 10 is essentially negative.
And as a
right?
jungler, it doesn't feel good to just like spend all your time taking dragon, not get the immediate payoff, and while the enemy jungler is just farming your jungle or doing something else, it just doesn't feel like great overall.
I think that's also huge. I know Kobe loves to talk about opportunity cost in the jungle and how, jungler's mind has to be kind of efficiency oriented. As we have another fight breaking out in the mid lane. Let's see how this one goes.
Woo! I think they're dead.
Everyone's showing up.
5-man mid. That's the
PK ult? No,
an
they
A
blocked
round.
it.
The classic.
It's just the classic Nayram.
That's all right.
Oh, send the state bot though. I appreciate Deathly's efficiency in not leaving the lane.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm ulting. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, Pantheon ult.
That's spicy.
Stunned up though.
Oh. I feel like if they knew that
Well-
was connecting, they would have gone there.
Yeah, and also flash blown on Lost, right? So there is now threat of a turret dive without Rift Herald being dropped. They might just have to
This
give
is
it up
nice.
entirely.
I think Deathly hit the W and like no one realized. Because they both got rooted there and Lost didn't have flash. So I wonder if there was a follow-up kill to be had, but this tower's still good.
Yeah, I guess, honestly, it's something I noticed a lot of Academy games. The difference between an Academy and LCS is there'll be just like nothing to fight over, and then there'll just be a random fight in the middle of the lane. And I guess that happens in LCS as well, but I just didn't really understand what happened. They just kill someone mid lane, and now, okay, we lose Dragon. All right, so.
Even though
Not
it's
really
only
sure.
it's only a 700 gold difference, but I feel like that was a huge play for EG. This kill mid,
Oh, okay.
then Rift Herald drop in the bot lane, plus a dragon on the back end of it.
Oh no, this TP.
Yeah, they were just going for a mid kill, or he was just backing him up, I think, trying to push the wave, and just everyone on EG was ready. So.
Feels like a miss on his there too. Because Brandini's like literally in the brush, ready to go.
Yeah, it definitely. I understand the concept of like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to help my mid laner push out, but if that's the case, you can't just fully commit your release in there.
So what have we learned? Don't gank mid lane, you get killed.
Yeah,
Because that's twice now.
He's listening to his mid laner there. You know? And we already talked about this. I'm telling you, that's his first strike right there.
Bull's a new player, right?
That's the first strike. If I'm the jungler, that's the first strike. I know you play cricket, but in baseball, there's 3 strikes.
Oh yes, cricket's. They're both long games, and I'm sad to say cricket is significantly.
Actually, I don't even know if there's 3 strikes in cricket, so I don't know.
Yeah, are there strike rules in cricket?
There are outs, but you get way more than 3.
All right, I don't want to make
get
this
more?
discussion about cricket.
Anyway,
honestly.
the game literally takes days sometimes to finish, so
Yeah.
we don't need to be going.
Now I'm
there.
gonna stick with League of Legends.
Yes,
Right, great.
Longest game an hour, perfect.
No.
I don't spy any spicy ones in the item boxes, but it is just the GOP for Evolve, which is maybe surprising. I think this has become standard.
Yeah, I think almost every mid laner has been going GLP unless you have an Ornn on your team and you want to build like the Ornn items.
Yeah.
Like Ludens, you can upgrade. I guess you can upgrade Deathcap too. So.
Ludens doesn't feel amazing to upgrade, in my opinion.
Oh,
You
okay.
get it upgrades a
All
bunch of
right,
your
all right,
mechanics.
all right,
I think
LS.
you get APN, man.
All right,
right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, where's Annie?
I love Nick. I love Nick.
Oh, that's right. He, I assume he had a hand in the academy thing.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how much. I don't know.
He's
what I'm
only
supposed to
coached for the
say,
players.
but I guess he probably had some.
He taught you everything you know?
Yeah. Tell me
I
everything.
mean, he certainly did the scouting report in some.
Ooh.
Definitely.
All right, another.
By the hair on his chinny chin
Go
gets
flash. He's
grabbed
fun.
by that ultimate. The repel out.
Oh, I love when you try and
midway.
this.
Like to see it. Oh, the double knock up from the flash, but no damage to follow.
Yeah.
I like what's happening here with like a lot of these engages. It just feels like some of them aren't sticking. But at least in that instance, EG were committed to trying to
Yeah.
find it just too far
A
away.
lot of times fights like that break out just because teams want to get priority for an objective, and both teams are like, we want to push this wave first. It's like that's what you're seeing right now. These teams are just fighting over this wave.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's I like that little unique piece of information because I think a lot of times in a vacuum,
Yeah.
you look at a fight and you go, they should be fighting over something, but that something can be a little less clear.
Yo, that's
Herald's up
something
too.
right now is this vision for Herald.
Right.
Even though it didn't
Yeah.
seem like it, that's technically what they're doing right there. Is they want to fight the mid wave because whoever gets the mid wave and like gets like the positional advantage, they're gonna get all the vision, and as you can see here, they're just going to get ripped out. So,
4 objectives straight for AG.
yep.
And if they stay in mid, they should be able to break it. Pretty comfortably. Oh, they're back. Never mind. Everyone's reaching.
Soloing Rift Herald.
Yeah.
It's the best little mini game for a jungler. Having to run around and
Great
get that
boss.
eyeball. You know, you're just like chasing the eyeball in circles.
The worst feeling is when you're trying to hit the eyeball and you swear you're hitting it every single time, but you can't. It doesn't pop.
Right.
It's happened to me so much, and it's just so annoying.
Like, what are the angles on this?
Yeah, I don't know. Riot's got to look into that one.
Just like pull a teammate over. Get your support in there.
Yeah.
Come on, Smoothie. You're the new guy. Come help me with the Herald.
I always am down. I always like when people help me there. But for some reason, laners don't really like hitting objectives. They like hitting minions, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I understand that feeling. All right, well, I assume now they're playing for this mid Herald. Where is it? Where is Ando? Where is he? I think he reset it. Not seeing the mini map.
Yeah, they're probably going
He
to try
must
to
be
break
mid lane with
mid
the team
tower.
there. Yeah, he's
Found him.
all right, there it is.
Here we go.
Oh,
Go to
the
mid
channel
lane.
change, by the way, love it.
Yeah.
Really didn't like, I get that like some counterplay to Herald was like
I'm
somewhat
for
interesting
it.
object,
I'm
but like
for it as
no.
well.
Like if you get them in the split second, and so we did try and do it today with Victor ulti, but just missed.
One
Like,
one
that's
small
fine.
gripe though is that I still can't use my trinket when I have Rift Herald, because you know that time you're like, I just want to ward this bush, you know, but I've got, or I just want to sweep before a gank, but I have Rift.
I think the trade-off's nice. I think what
It is actually a good
Yeah.
competitive trade-off, being like, hey, you have this advantage now, but you can't do this other thing.
Yeah.
It's a personal gripe as a jungler running around the map.
I think a
constantly.
healthy compromise would be if Lee Sin could W to the Herald.
he just chucks Rift Herald out there and then W's to it.
of Rush and W's to it.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be so cool.
I mean, I hate picking up Rift Herald as Lee Sin for that reason.
Yeah.
Can't use my words, but honestly, Riot should change that.
What if
It's
Rift
an
Herald,
ally, right?
What if Rift Herald just became a mecha
Oh.
and the jungler gets to control?
That'd be hype.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm talking over another fight
it's-
here. Little action. Woo! Bramo.
No, Tom Kench. What a champion. Wow, definitely lived.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Tom Kench did a lot of work there.
One kill apiece. Ooh, the heal.
That was wild.
Keep streets alive.
That's what I'm looking
Means
for.
two
I
for
agree.
1 in favor.
Not the
of
greatest
TSM.
color caster here, but that was
No,
pretty
no.
wild.
I agree. I'm trying to think. See, this is like, I feel like we do the Senna check now when we look at team comp. Where like Senna's utility is so good. And the range is great. Like, she can poke people down, but the common thing I hear about Senna, and I'm not a Senna expert, is like, she isn't a strong, like, consistent damage dealer, right?
I think
Not in the same way as like,
Yeah.
let's say like Tristana, classically.
No, yeah. That's why, generally speaking, you want to have more DPS in your other positions, but it's kind of weird because I'm not always sure, but sometimes Senna's just one shot,
Yeah.
one auto. So but I'm not an 80 carry main. I don't always understand it, but sometimes Senna feels really, really weak. Like if she's not ahead of, like if she doesn't have her items, but other times she's just one tap, like auto Q, or one tap
that-
to a soul switch target.
They just committed here.
Yeah, quick replay there. It was just TSM catching out Onda in the river.
Yeah.
Even though Onda gets out, he has to blow his repel, flash, everything just to leave the fight. And so,
Yeah.
Generally like really tough to pin down EG's champs. Like one is just super tanky and will CC you forever if you walk through his team. At least has repel. Pantheon is Pantheon. I mean, you got the E, I guess, to like block a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And like Senna with a Tom Kench next to her.
I take no damage E ability. It's a really skilled ability.
It's one of those things where like, oh, never mind. It looks
Oh,
like
another midway fight. Here we go. Oh man. Well, they got the midway. Nice.
all for naught.
Every single fight
Senna
in this
got a
game
soul.
is
It's
just
perfect.
over a midwave. Actually, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no buffs up right now. I guess
Sidewaves
Baron's
are
up
also all on that side of the map though as well. So it looks like EG bought themselves some space to invade the blue jungle.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot with Ornn when there's. Actually, they do have a Braum to stop Ornn's ult. I don't know how he's getting all these ultimates off, but a lot of times when Ornn's in the game, you'll just see like random fights because his ult's on such a low cooldown.
And it's
You-
non-committal, right?
Yeah, you can just blow someone's flash and get out. So.
He keeps getting like aggressed on, I feel like, to kind of answer the question of why he hasn't blocked any on ults yet. I think he's like the fights are just happening like to a point at a point where Treats has already used all his cooldowns and damn Brandy he's ulted.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because normally Braum just holds his shield, but maybe they're just not aware that Ornn's moving or something because there seems to be a lot of Ornn ults happening mid lane. where Braum is. So maybe that'll have to change.
Truly, like the 2 damage deals are lethality uses, which is fine. I mean, at least he's building damage too.
Nah, yeah, but
just
see,
like-
that's again,
I'm like-
in my head, I'm like, you go past 30, 35 minutes in this game without like Soul and Baron, I don't really see how EG wins this
What
game.
soul is it? Is it Infernal? Maybe that's the condition.
I know it's Mountain Soul because TSM got one of the mountains.
Oh, you're right.
Right, so
The
not
problem with
ideal.
Senna is you would think that she doesn't like scale that well because she uses like lethality and stuff, but actually no.
That range is huge.
There's the
Yeah.
damage, right? But but yeah, she just can auto cue someone from across your screen without you really being able to react for like half your HP. So
Right, I don't need to do the most damage in the game if you're not able to return any damage to me,
that's
right?
Senna Tom is just he autos you and you can't go on them. So
Right.
it's just that's kind of how they play out. It's really just annoying to play against. So you have to kind of engage onto them, or you have to make the fights happen really quickly because she'll just have so much healing if you don't.
It should be interesting to watch TSM navigate around that then. A little bit from behind here as another turret goes down in favor of EG, but still very close in the gold and the kills, so anyone's game.
Yep.
Kind of curious to see. I guess TSM just like decided they want to try and fight.
The good old Lee Sin W to root your team.
I got him. I mean, at least no one died.
I did
at
that.
the end of
I
it.
did that the other day with a bunch of friends. I got hit by the root, and then I
got you.
flashed.
Oh, no.
I flashed on my whole team. I literally rooted all 5 of us.
You got to do it with Fish Shark. Though.
So rough.
Fish Shark is definitely the most fun thing. to
Oh,
do
the
that
fish
with.
shark. Yeah.
Oh, and you
If someone's flaming you in solo queue and you just have a shark on you, at
You
least
just
then,
flash onto him.
Yeah, you just W.
I'm trying to save you. Oh no. Again, though, to kind of reiterate our point earlier of like, I think TSM are like still figuring out like how they want to play and like probably like how their comms work, especially mid.
TSM is always figuring out how they want to play.
I mean, often the answer is slowly, right? And I think there is options on this team to like play a little more fast-paced. Like Speaker, perfectly good aggressive jungler. Evolve, certainly a player that if that's that kind of meta game and he wants to play that way, he can go toe-to-toe and just take over a game. But I think like I assume Treats is the primary shot caller on TSM, and it just feels like they're also learning how to play together. Whereas one thing I actually credit Matt a lot for is that he's been around for so long as a support player and played with so many different players. And in this case, even a player he's very comfortable playing with in Deathly. I feel like the whole reason TLA were good last season was that Matt would just micromanage everyone, like play Galio, and they would just play macro like better than a lot of the teams in the
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people talk about. I see on like Reddit or like they always say like, oh yeah, like this guy's a shot caller, blah blah blah. But a lot of times on most teams, it's pretty hard, especially with League of Legends nowadays, just to have only one person who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, even if you have like 1 or 2 rookies, you want to make sure that they know how to like call things for themselves, because League is such a team game now that if you have like 3 players who don't know what they're doing and 2 players who do, a lot of times you're still gonna look lost because people can't micromanage people like perfectly. But obviously there are some like really good like veteran players that can do that like with younger players. So I think that's definitely a possibility that could be happening in game. So.
We had a second Drake picked up for TSM, so that makes 2-2 in the Dragons. EG opted to trade for a second-tier turret in the top lane.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's gonna be a Dragon Soul this game. I guess there could be, but a lot of times when teams are trading dragons, it doesn't seem like it ends up happening.
Right.
Games just go too late.
Yeah, at the very least, we need 10 plus more minutes to hit Dragon Soul for either team.
Oh, they're starting.
Ooh, Baron start on the pink ward. EG looking to push the pace.
I feel like Center's so good at stuff down.
Yeah, they don't ever take damage with Ornn and Senna. They can always just start it and
Stack for 5-man heals and things like that. Like,
there's just no like downside for EG to start Baron at any point. They can always just get blue orbs out. They can make Aatrox maybe TP if they do it really well. So they can always just start it and go back to lanes if TSM realizes that they're on it. So.
Is that what you would be looking to do then in EG's position from this point forward in the game? Would you be calling like, hey guys, we should be cycling to bait Baron and look for our fight there?
Yeah, I think with Ornn and Senna and Pantheon, generally speaking, you want to group up, start Baron, have Pantheon flank with ultimate, and just Ornn ultis, and you just team fight, because I'm pretty sure Aatrox wins side lane against Ornn at this point in the game. Even though he's not going to be like taking towers, he's going to keep getting like timings from bottom. So a lot of times when that's the case, you want to just
hit an objective, force Aatrox to TP, and like get a team fight. So I'm assuming that's what they're gonna try to do, but actually maybe Orin just wins.
Grass Braum, baby.
Because Orin is pretty.
Yeah, maybe
well
once,
geared
maybe
for this
once that
matchup,
Death
I'd say.
Dance
Yeah.
comes through,
Yeah,
I could
actually,
see
yeah,
it going
Orin
the other
has.
way.
He has Gauntlet and upgraded Sunfire, so they have a lot of options this game. They're
He probably has
definitely
what, like over 300 armor at this point?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much armor he gets, especially from the upgraded items. So, yeah, I think EG, they're definitely in a good position right now. Scaling wise, I think that they should be fine as long as they can team fight properly. Definitely, it's easier for TSM the longer the game goes on, but I wouldn't say that they have a massive advantage.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, did it again. I think it's less of.
It's a jungle mini game, I swear.
I think it's less of like Senna like can't do damage or doesn't do damage. He certainly does. It's just like a very different style of AD. It's kind of like playing with like Ashe versus like a more like Sivir as an example, right?
Yeah. It's not your traditional.
And it's even
I
more
was gonna say
supportive
more
than like Ashe.
more like Jhin. Slow attack, generally can still, lend help
Yeah,
through range.
she's not great at killing
ultimate.
tanks, but if there's no tanks, you just auto squishy target. And
Right.
There's often no tank.
Yeah, there's often only a
Stoneplate
support,
yeah.
stone plate support, and then 5 damage dealers. So
What a time to be
definitely a
alive.
good meta for her.
Well, we're waiting for the next fight to break out. Quick Ornn item check. We already mentioned he has himself 2 upgraded items. I think the only other upgraded item on the team is Pantheon Youmuu's. So
Yes.
at level 15, not taking full advantage. We need more completed items.
Yep.
Black Cleave's sitting right there too in the inventory. That one's upgradable, right?
Well, you can only upgrade 1 per person,
Oh,
so
that's
he already
right.
has the Youmuu's.
All right, everyone else.
Maybe he would have wanted the Black Cleaver instead, I don't know. But the Elise is on her way to Amazonia's, which could be upgraded. I don't know what Senna buys.
She
That
could have gone
one.
Ghostblade
Could have gone to Ghostblade, exactly.
instead of. I don't know which is better though, because Dustblade
You know,
is definitely really good on her.
And Jat was theorizing that Black Cleaver should be built
Yes,
on
he was.
Senna and that people haven't. He was saying it's because of 20% cooldown.
I trust the Jad
You get on top of
stats.
it. You
honestly.
trust the Jat stats, man. Trust the Jat stats.
I haven't
for
looked
real.
into it. I don't know. That champion just one-shots me, so
Yeah,
you could
and
probably
to be
build
fair
best
to
cap
him,
on.
I don't think he was saying it definitively, like they're doing it wrong, if they should be doing this. He brought it up as
Okay.
as another option, like he was curious if that would be a better choice.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better choice if there's more like beefy.
More beefy dudes.
Trees better hit this E, by the way.
Oh, there's that Braum shield.
There's the shield.
Oh, knock up. It's still like a 5 against 1 in the mid lane though, as TSM converges.
I think Brandini's like immune to the ulti knockup with his W. That was really cool. I mean, pretty.
Oh, with a
pretty
movable.
standard play at this point for on players, but always nice to see them using it effectively.
Yeah, it such a feels good when you.
Yeah, man, I really feel for TSM right now. When the Senna side of the game, when you have Senna and you're winning the game, it really feels hard to lose sometimes because you're just so hard to kill. Everyone on your team is just permanently getting heals. She's just walking up, autoing people. They can't really engage because they're behind in gold. So that's why these champions are really obnoxious when they get ahead because you want to go on them, but you know you're not strong enough to. So it's like you just take
we were,
it.
admittedly, I was kind of knocking this team comp for its lack of scaling, but exactly, they get a small lead, and then you can just see how hard it is to kill. Their survivability.
Yeah, I think the only champion that doesn't scale well is Pantheon.
Okay.
But his job is just to be annoying, I think, and let Senna hit people. I'm not really sure. I don't play much with Pantheon, but I definitely know that he can scale into the late game okay if he has the right champions around him. So.
Did either team get second Herald? I don't think so. Or if they did, I don't know. What
Yeah,
did.
second Herald was picked up. They used 1 mid and 1 bot.
Okay.
They used the 1 bot was the first one for plates.
Yep.
Second one was mid.
Yep, they got year one.
When they got
Oh,
the
that's
third
right.
out of it.
So I think the reason I'm asking is because it feels like one of TSM's biggest issues is they have no space. There's 0 towers at 32 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And you have to get through the Ornn and the Senna and the Tom Kench and all these random CCs. I mean, this is kind of the play. This is our play.
Forcing the
double
dragon.
TP. This is not looking too good for TSM.
You're getting in there. Great, you got it.
Well, they got double TP.
Pantheon
Deep
into the
flank
back.
from Pantheon. It's actually enough to get evolved out. Yeah, this is rough.
Senna is doing Senna things.
You know, no one.
Oh, Brandini, no! The flash into the complete
It doesn't
whip.
matter. He
Doesn't
literally
matter.
cannot
It
die.
doesn't matter. Oh, first kill, second kill. Oh, this could be a full-on ace.
Senna left the team. Can't win without Senna. Okay.
That really seemed like a desperation, you know, like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can tell they're not.
Oh no.
Oh, this is.
Oh no!
That's what? Wait, why is
What?
he?
He's playing Ring Around the Rosie.
I think he's okay.
There you go.
It's fine. I'm gonna say it's fine.
He really wanted those Krugs, huh?
I think he was trying to go back for the potential steal, and then
Oh,
when he
really?
and then when he saw he got
No,
sweeper,
no.
you don't think so?
He was going for
Krug,
Krugs.
for
He
sure.
was going for Krugs.
100%.
What? Why would he Q to the? I guess maybe.
What? He
trying
queued to the
go
Krugs
around.
once he got hit by the sweeper. He knew that someone was there because he got hit by
Okay.
enemy sweeper, so he queued the Krugs.
I thought he was
away.
just mad he lost the team fight.
So I'm gonna go
mad.
get myself 10 gold.
yeah. I mean, honestly.
I don't know for sure, but my imagination is that in that moment they were like, go for the steal, give it a shot. So he
True,
started to
true.
turn back as soon as he got hit by the sweeper. He's like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm out.
It's looking pretty rough for them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, just watching this team fight back, like, TSM did a lot right here, but I think Firefly did a great job.
Well,
getting
why is
involved.
Evolved there?
That's a good question, actually.
That's one of the big errors for TSM is that Evolved is off to the side of the fight. So he's 1v1ing an Ornn as opposed
Yeah,
to.
he 1v1 Pantheon and he blew his full combo on his when he had his P up, so he did 0 damage actually.
And
yeah,
then
like,
again.
you can just tell like right now it looks like TSM they're not really sure how to win this game anymore, so they just start Baron, hope that they can get double TP out and
Throwing Hail Marys.
yeah, that's kind of how it felt like to me. But
Here
honestly,
we go. Baron empowered
Stand up.
push.
a lot of the times now, with the way the meta is, like the control mages that exist in meta, Baron doesn't feel as bad to give up because you can actually wave clear.
You can
Like,
still kill these
You
minions.
can still wave clear on your tier 3 towers, but it definitely doesn't feel good because you just lose your entire jungle and probably dragon and yeah, definitely the mental edge when you're just playing defense for the next like 5 minutes or whatever. So.
Yeah, it is going to be turret defense for TSM right now. Evolved is well over 300 CS. So is Lost. So again, there's still the potential that those two damage dealers,
Yeah.
if they find the right fight, a big wombo and plenty of consistent damage coming out of the Aphelios, there's still a possibility for a win, but it's looking grim. now.
Actually, Fuji have done a pretty good job like managing their waves here. They're making sure that they crash at the same time, so it doesn't look like.
Is that hard to do? Because I think
Yes,
it's right. For
it
me,
is.
no, that's what I'm saying. I think it's really hard. Like, as a solo queue only player, right?
Well,
Managing waves
we
is
got to
really
fight.
difficult.
Let's take a look at this. TSM is collapsing on Brandini there. Pick up 1 kill to defend the inhibitor. Pantheon ult immediately
That is GA.
put into his GA.
It's the base. Oh, he's actually just dead.
Okay, so they trade 2 kills for an inhib so far.
Right as I was giving them credit.
I mean, TSM have to fight there, right?
No, what TSM did was good. I was just Ornn didn't have to die there for sure. He could have just backed up and waited for the other waves to crash, but regardless, it's still like
Yeah, I mean, quite literally,
Senna.
by playing the waves, they took down 3 inhib turrets
Yeah.
and 2 inhibitors, even with that misposition.
I think it was well executed by EG, but I definitely think something went wrong by TSM because usually it isn't that easy to just line up 3 waves and just hit all at the same time.
Crash,
Normally, when you lose Baron, you try to push out one of the waves all the way at least. So I'm not sure exactly what happened after the Baron, but definitely seemed a bit.
Here's the replay here of the fight.
Brandini is fucking
I don't know, just being a little disrespectful there when he sees.
I mean, when you're playing a tank like that, sometimes you just think you just
I'm
cannot
on
die.
yeah.
So that's definitely what that was.
Women tested. Oh, and then I guess Firefly kind of gets baited to ulting in that to try and help the Ornn. Although Ornn is really far. Whatever.
That was just I'm gonna die with my friend type of player right there.
I mean, you know,
if you're running it down, I'll run it down.
We got 1 kill, the game's probably over, so it's not the biggest loss. at
Team
this
bonding
stage.
right there.
Yeah, I did that with Crown and LCS.
They are the new players. That makes sense. But the 2 new guys, they gotta.
Yeah, you have to do it once in a while.
2 inhibs down, EG
Bonding.
They backed up, they picked up the Mountain Dragon Soul off of that. So
Oh.
we did end up getting to a Dragon Soul in this game.
Great. Now they're even harder to kill.
Now the tanky team just got even tankier. Just candidly, Wiggly, of the 4 Dragon Souls, which one do you think is the best?
Mountain.
Just
You think Mountain's the best?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually surprised by that answer.
Oh, really? What do people tell you?
I would have thought that people would point to Infernal and Ocean.
I think Ocean used to be the best, but
Okay.
it got nerfed like 2 to 3 times, I'm pretty sure, and it doesn't feel as good anymore.
Gotcha.
The reason why I really dislike playing against Mountain is because when you're the losing team, it's like the same concept as the Senna Tom. When you're the losing team and the enemy team has Mountain, they have so much defensive stats and a giant shield.
You were already hard to kill.
So at least when they have Infernal, you can be like, okay, like let's pick someone in a bush. Like
That's a
they
good
won't
point.
be able to hit me. Like, but when they have Mountain, it just feels like
So that's interesting because perspective of the losing
they
team.
picked
Oh,
someone
big
bush.
fight, big fight.
maybe. Oh,
Oh, someone died. That's bad.
TSM is looking for their way back into it. 1 kill picked up. They've used most of their crucial abilities. We blocked the Orn ult with the Braum,
wow, it's actually pretty.
They could really win
Yes.
here too.
but minions are still well in favor of EG. So you got to look at the base.
Yep. No, that's just what I was saying. I mean, this time Mountain didn't help, but
No. I think that's interesting. The idea
That
of
looks
looking at
actually
it
pretty
from
good there.
the losing team as another TP comes through.
Yeah, bring it in.
Nini right back in the thick of it, just looking to pick up that third inhib.
That TP is kind of like a GA, just like back to life after almost dying in the
absolutely.
fight. And this is the thing I do like about this comp, in that, like, again, Senna can do damage, but is not like a super high DPS like IE carry, although it does have the Molten Edge now upgraded from on. But like, I think in long sustained fights where she can use her utility more effectively, where she can keep healing her teammates, like you're saying, Wiggly, it just feels like a battle of attrition that you always lose.
yeah.
And you don't need a lot of damage if that's how your team fights to get a win.
Yeah.
Because they can never pick you and kill the center and get through your frontliners and get anywhere in a team fight.
I mean, this game is a perfect example. They have less deaths or less kills than their opponents, and they're
Oh, wow.
still winning the game, right? So that speaks to your point. Like, we don't actually have to win all these fights necessarily.
Yeah.
We can extend them
We just have to not lose.
and not lose them. Exactly. All right, another Baron here for EG. This one should be relatively uncontested with double supers.
I'm not really sure how TSM wins unless someone just dies.
It's going to take a
in-
5-man fountain int to bring this one back, baby.
I've seen it happen in North America though.
right?
we've all seen it happen.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Right.
Elder Dragon's coming up. I don't think that's going to be contestable
I don't
at
even
all.
think, you don't even go for that, right?
you
just
got-
walk,
I think-
walk this one in.
I think you gotta. Wait, when's Elder Dragon up?
I don't know. It's still a while.
It's still a while. Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
even
another
if it's
couple
up, I think you
minutes,
kind of that Elder Dragon is like so.
Oh my
strong.
God.
So I feel like even though you can't, you just might as well try at this point if you're TSM.
Senna with Elder, by the way, is really gross.
Yeah. I mean, what you're gonna see here is TSM knows that they're on a timer from all the minions.
They've got to
in
pick
the
the
mid,
fight,
so-
right?
If I'm Lee Sin, I'm just looking to flash kick anyone
Cool.
into my team.
Is your target Senna, or do you try, or is it just whoever? You can't be that picky.
Yeah, you can't be picky here.
Okay.
You kind of only have three good
cannot be
targets,
picky.
because I don't want to really go on Tom.
Ideally, you get Senna, but she has Banshees.
Right.
And Pumpkin.
Yeah, someone's just gotta go here.
She's got like 10,000 health standing.
Oh no!
This is it.
Wow.
Last ditch effort.
The next is
painful.
open.
This is
Yeah.
just watching your.
This is that
They're
solo
taking
queue
a
moment where
minute
you're
game.
like, just let the minions do it.
I guess
Just
we could-
stand there and buff the minions.
I mean, they have Mountain, like, and it's not even that unhealthy.
Ooh, nice knock up there. Santa ult across the top. This is a messy
I mean,
fight.
again, like, it's
No
just
deaths.
attrition.
There it
PA
is.
death.
First one picked up for Senna in this fight.
Wow. You're just like.
This is a mess.
Oh, is this the Penta? It's not the
It's
Penta.
wild.
They want the Penta. Give him
Love
the
it.
Penta.
Wait, what?
There it is, triple.
It's a pentacle for minions, or?
No, the minions are
All right, triple kill for the Senna there. Evil
too many in here.
Geniuses,
That was the
they do
problem.
come up with the victory, so that feels good. With Onda back in the lineup again, I think that is something to acknowledge that they weren't playing with their intended Academy roster last week. So first game with that intended roster, they do pick up a fairly clean win there over TSM. It wasn't high action, but it felt like they had a relatively good idea of what their game plan was the whole time through, how they would win this game.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times, high action game isn't. As a player, you don't always want a high action game. A lot of times, the low action games are the ones that you played the best. So I think EG really knew what their win condition was this game, and they just played to it. And Yeah, they got the win.
That felt like a Senna on game to me.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like the embodiment
definitely.
of how those two champions want to play.
And I just gotta say thank you to you, Wiggly, for kind of the input that you had there around how that champion operates. Again, we had some, we had a lot of questions coming into the split with 2 new ADCs in Senna and Aphelios, kind of what the bot lane would look like. But having that pro player color context there is quite helpful. With all of tonight's games completed, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. Dignitas remains at the top of the table, undefeated after 3 games. Then half of the league is tied for second. With their win today, Evil Geniuses catches up to TSM Academy for a share of 7th, while CLG and TL remain winless. Now, before we sign off, let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's matches. The LCS kicks off with CLG versus 100 Thieves, followed by Dignitas versus Team Liquid. 2 more games before our next Academy match, which pits Cloud9 versus Immortals. CLG, 100 Thieves, you guys are also searching for your first win of the split. How you feeling about that matchup?
I mean, I'm pretty confident going into any game. Yeah, of course. It's early in the season. Every game is fun for me, so
right.
I'm excited.
Elise, Lee Sin, Rek'Sai.
I'm not gonna.
I got you.
We'll see.
Just roll a dice.
Maybe Soraka jungle will be in the table, so.
That'll be the day. Soraka jungle. I'm into that. What are your thoughts on tomorrow's matchups? Be it the CLG one or anything else that jumped out.
What are your
I
thoughts?
just have to ask you, is set jungle a thing?
Set jungle? It might be.
Might be. Oh, all right. I'll take that.
I like it. We're not giving up anything here today. That is going to do it for Academy Rush here in week 2. Again, Wiggly, thank you so much for taking the time here on a Monday or Friday evening. Our Monday, to come talk with us. Now for myself, the casters, the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more of the LCS. Good night. Ooh, here's your action in the mid lane.
He gets it too, though.
Glenn, quick goal.
Ooh, what's going on here?
Through.
That was sick, actually.
That was-
Vika's such a genius.
Oh, okay, very well played. Bravo.
No, I'm Kench. What a champion. Wow, definitely lived?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Tom Kench did a lot of work there.
One kill apiece. Ooh, the heal. The flash into the complete
It doesn't
whip.
matter. It
Doesn't
literally
matter.
cannot
It
die.
doesn't matter. Oh, first kill, second kill.